What's going on, y'all? It's the Caveman back editing with another video. And before I hop into the video topic for today, I just want to say thank you so much for 200 subscribers. I feel like I was just thanking you guys for 100 subscribers just a couple days ago. And I was. I mean, the growth has just been substantially overwhelming. It's actually like so crazy to me. I never really would have thought it'd be this fast. Like, shit is kind of happening really fast, and I don't know what to do. It's very overwhelming to me. But I mean, what I can tell you is that it means a whole lot to me. It means the world to me. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support and the love you've been showing me. Just liking, subscribing, and even just simply clicking on the video, it means the world to me. It just means that people are actually interested in what I'm saying, which is, you know, I never thought would be a thing. I never thought people actually would give a shit what I'd have to say. But just to see people click on the video and then even subscribe because they, you know, they're entertained by what I'm saying, it's so motivating, and it means the world to me, and the support is overwhelming, and I just want to say thank you so much. And I'm going to continue to make these videos. What I enjoy to do is sit down and be myself, and if you guys enjoy it too, then it's just more motivation for me to keep doing it, and I just thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. So let's hop right into the video topic for today. If you didn't know, I'm sure if you clicked on the title, you know what this video is about. And I'm sure if you clicked on the video, you already know what the bet is. But just to do a quick overview of it. Recently, Nick Wright had been making some blasphemous comments surrounding Josh Allen. And he's a big Chiefs fan. I think at the end of the day, Nick Wright's just a big Chiefs fan who's actually afraid of the Bills. And he knows that the Bills have what it takes to beat the Chiefs. He just doesn't want to admit it because he's an insecure Chiefs fan. But that's beside the point. And Colin Cowherd is the counterpart in this whole deal here. And Colin Cowherd has been one to, you know, not believe in the Bills. Ever. Literally ever. I mean, at the beginning of the season, he had us losing to the Dolphins. Then he had us losing to San Francisco. This guy had not believed in the Bills very much all year. And now all of a sudden, he comes on his podcast, his show, his top 5 teams of the week. The Bills are at number 1. And I'm like, what? Colin Cowherd, number 1, Buffalo Bills? Like, I was stunned. I mean, I just made my own top 5 team video yesterday or whatever it was. And I had the Bills. I didn't even put the Bills at first. Like, that, when Colin Cowherd went and did that, there had to be something going on there. Like, I don't know who put him up to that. I don't know who paid him to do that. But that was stunning to me. I was like, okay, Colin Cowherd, I see what you're doing. I respect it. So, I mean, not only us Bills fans were surprised by this Colin Cowherd take, but Nick Wright, you know, the guy that just does not like Josh Allen, does not believe in the Bills, big Chiefs fan. He even was starstruck by this take, and he went on an interview with Colin Cowherd, and he proposed a bet to Colin Cowherd. Now, here's the bet. He wanted to test how strong Colin Cowherd's belief was in the Buffalo Bills, and he did it in, I think, the perfect fashion.
I'm going to test your mettle on how much you believe in the best team in football, the Buffalo Bills.
I'm ready for it.
So I'd like to make a wager. I'd like to make a wager with you, Colin. Let's set the Bills' playoff victory over/under at 1. Meaning, if they win 0 playoff games, I win. And if they win 2 or more, you win. 1 is a push. That would be the stakes. I only win if they don't win a single playoff game. You win if they get to at least I guess it would be the conference championship game or further. Do you agree with that terms, and then we can discuss stakes?
I agree with those terms.
Does that seem fair?
Yes.
Okay. Let's bet this. Can we show this? The loser has to do this in homage to the Bills Mafia. I really hope we have this video ready, or else this entire bit is not going to work. Yeah. There we go. There we go. On TV, if the Bills make the conference championship game or further, I will do that. And if they go 1 and done in the playoffs, you will do that.
So basically, like, when I saw this video, I was laughing so hard. I was stunned at what I just witnessed. Like, Colin Cowherd is not the kind of guy to do something like this. He's not, which makes this bet even better. Colin Cowherd is just, he seems to be a straight arrow guy. Doesn't seem too fun at parties, you know, just seems to be one of those guys. And for him to do a bet like this after not believing the Bills for so long and then betting something like this on the Bill, like, that was just, it amazed me. It really did. So basically, to summarize the bet, it is that if the Bills win 2 or more playoff games, meaning if they get to the AFC Championship or farther, then Nick Wright will have to do the Pinto Ron, hold out the hot dogs, and sprayed with the ketchup and mustard, the whole bit. If the Buffalo Bills happen to go 1 and done, meaning they get to the playoffs, they lose their first game and they're out of the playoffs, and Colin Cowherd will be the one to do the Pinto Ron challenge. Now, and then if the Bills win 1 playoff game and then they lose the next game, then nobody has to do it. Now, this is just so funny. I think this is the perfect way to test Colin Cowherd's you know, his belief in the Bills, and to think he took that bet, I was stunned, man. I really was. Like, he actually believes in the Bills. After not believing the Bills once all season, he believed in the Bills in a bet that he potentially could get absolutely humiliated with ketchup and mustard on national television for. Like, wow, I was laughing so hard when I watched this video. Like, I realistically think the Bills, as a Bills fan, and even as a regular, you know, football fan, just sitting back from a non-biased standpoint, the Bills absolutely have a better chance of making it to the AFC Championship than they do going one and done. I firmly believe that. We have shown the firepower, the strength on defense. We have just shown every tool necessary to make it that far into the playoffs. So yes, from a non-biased, even a non-biased standpoint, I do think the Bills have a very solid chance of making it to the AFC Championship. But also from that same non-biased standpoint, playoff football is a different beast. We do not have the most playoff experience compared to a lot of these teams that are going to be in the playoffs. So we could go one and done. I mean, even the Chiefs could go one and done. Granted, they'll have a bye. They could lose their first game out of the bye. I mean, anything can happen in playoff football. It's just a whole different monster in January and February, or whenever the playoffs start. It's just a whole different beast. You never know what can happen. Anybody can win any week, any day. That's just how the NFL is. That's just how professional sports are. I do think that Nick Wright is a little over his head thinking that Colin Cowherd will be spraying himself with ketchup and mustard, because the Bills, I don't think the Bills will go one and done. There's just that would be a pretty big disappointment in my opinion. As of right now, the Bills would play the Colts, and I know I had a lot of Colts fans come through the channel as of recent. And I do not want, like I've said this 300,000 times, I do not want the Bills playing the Colts. I don't. I would rather them just stay away from us. I don't want anything Indianapolis associating with the Bills in the playoffs. So if they are the team we do play in the first week, that would be a little scary. But I do think if we can get through the Colts, we can get through pretty much anybody and get to that AFC Championship game especially. The underlying insult, though, in this entire bet, this entire bit that they do on that interview, the underlying insult that Nick Wright throws, the right hook he throws this whole time that will not even get acknowledged, is that he will not even consider the Bills good enough to beat the Chiefs. That is why he will not bet the Chiefs against the Bills. He doesn't think that there's any realm of possibility that the Bills are even close to the Chiefs. He thinks the Chiefs are so much better. They're on a whole other planet compared to any other team, especially the Bills, that there's just no way that the Bills could beat the Chiefs. Hence why he does not think that a Bills versus Chiefs championship game would even be like, you know, why would you bet on that? Because the Chiefs are obviously going to win. That's his mindset. Like, that is mind-blowing to me that he thinks that. That's the underlying insult behind this whole thing, is that he doesn't even want to make a bet between the Chiefs and the Bills because he thinks that there's no point because the Chiefs are going to win anyway. Like, that's the underlying insult under this whole thing. I mean, even went on an interview earlier in the week and said if the Bills and the Steelers were to combine rosters, then maybe they'd have a chance to beat the Chiefs.
If the NFL allows the Steelers and Bills to combine rosters to form one team, they might be able to beat the Chiefs and make the Super Bowl. Now, they still wouldn't have a quarterback between the two teams.
Like, come on, man. Like, really? Will you stop it? Will you stop being a nutbag? Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, that's just the underlying insult under this whole thing, is that he simply bet that Colin Cowherd, or for the Bills to simply just make the AFC Championship game, because he knows the Bills are going to lose in that championship game if they make it. He just knows that. I mean, Nick Wright, the guy's he's a different breed, bro. Like, Nick Wright's a different kind of man. He's got some gears up there that don't work correctly, and that's about all I can say on that. I don't want to insult the man as much as I did in that last video. That was a little much. Yeah, I mean, that's the bet. I mean, that was, when I watched that video, I was laughing. I was genuinely sitting there laughing. I was crying. Like, it was hysterical. Colin Cowherd is not the kind of guy to do something like this, and to see him believe in the Bills after not believing at all in the Bills early in the season, to see him believe in the Bills this much, to do this kind of challenge, to do this kind of bet, the Pinto Ron ketchup mustard hot dog bet, I mean, that's hysterical. It really is. And it shows Colin Cowherd's true belief in the Bills. And I respect that a lot. I respect the hell out of that. Like, that's pretty impressive from Colin Cowherd, I gotta say. So now, if I didn't have enough of an incentive to root for the Bills to get that far, I mean, this just adds, like, a whole nother element to it. Like, now I really, really want the Bills to get that far. Not that I didn't before. Of course, I would do anything for them to get that far. But now it's just even crazier. Like, this just amplifies that want even larger. Like, I can't even explain. Let me know what you guys think of the bet. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you guys think of the Bills' chances in the playoffs. I'm excited to get there. We still have 3 weeks left, though. We cannot jump that far ahead because we still don't know what's going to happen in these last 3 weeks. We never know. Football week to week is different. Everybody can beat anybody at any time. That's just how the NFL is. So the Bills play Saturday. I'm excited for it. We play the Broncos to beat up Broncos. We'll see how that goes. I'll be making an update video about that game. I'll be making videos as the week progresses. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys stick around. I just want to say thank you once again for all the love and support. It's just beyond motivating to me, and it means the world to me. It really does. So thank you for that. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see y'all later in the next video. Peace.